go as I Oh, fantastic. Got about 15 more members away from the rank of gold. So our team is running and I'm super excited about that. I got started here in LiveGood in mid-May, exactly. As a matter of fact, May 15th. I want to once again, as I said a little bit earlier, thank you so much. Being from Hawaii, we know that we have a lot of hearts and eyes and prayers headed our way. So on behalf of the people of Hawaii, thank you very much for your prayers. They are most appreciated. I'm a single mom. My son is 18 and he has autism. And it is really, like so many of you, we're going to talk a lot about your story and that it matters on this call and our why. And he's my why for everything, but he's most importantly my why for getting started in the network marketing space. I'm a novice compared to many of you all. I will tell you that I have only been in the industry for 2 years now. I got started amid the COVID pandemic, looking for a way to walk away from my from a full-time job or a part-time job, I should say, in order to homeschool my son. It was important for me to do that and take charge of his education as a student with special needs. What I found, however, was the time that suddenly we had together. School, we got knocked out, not in a 6-hour window, but in about 90 minutes. And for the first time in our very busy lives as a one-man band parent, I had more time, quality time to spend with him than I had ever had in the previous years, and it became my non-negotiable. I thought that working from home and finding a means to support us was going to be a temporary thing for us, but it became an absolute non-negotiable. I did not want to give that time that he and I had for the first time in our lives together, especially living in some place as beautiful as Hawaii, heading out to the beach when school was done at 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning, did not want to go back to the rat race of life. And so I leaned in heavily. And as we're all aware, coming here to LiveGood, it was hard. It was hard at my previous 2 companies. The cards were stacked against us. We were not set up to win. So being introduced to LiveGood here and finally realizing that it was not my fault through all of my efforts, it was not my fault that I wasn't winning. Super, super excited to be here. And I know you all have your individual stories as well. I want to introduce you to my friend who I met at my previous company. His name is Mr. Mike Smith. He has rank advanced 3 times to the rank of gold in just 3 months here at LiveGood. He and his beautiful wife, they make their home in Southern Oregon, where he still maintains a thriving and very busy construction business. Which only proves that you can fit LiveGood into the very busy life by simply sharing one link. Just as he is in the gym, let me tell you, my friend here is a workhorse. He is disciplined. And for that reason, he is an amazing spillover creator. And I'm excited to have you all hear from him today. So Mike Smith, where are you at, my friend?
I am here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Well, thank you for that humbling introduction, my friend. If it wasn't for this industry, I wouldn't meet people like Ola and my good friends, Josh and Brittany Cross. So like Ola said, yeah, I'm just a simple contractor from Southern Oregon. And we have a fairly successful business doing what we do in the construction industry. And I don't really need to do network marketing. I do it for the time because like a lot of people, busy is a way of life for a lot of people, and they lack time. You either lack money or you lack time. It's rarely that you have both in your life. So the time aspect is the thing that drew me to the network marketing industry. The thing I love about LiveGood is the concept of it is amazing. And I just want to talk for a couple of minutes about the success principles that come with looking at LiveGood. And when I think of that, I think about being a product of the product. I didn't get in LiveGood for the products, like a lot of other people that get in network marketing. It wasn't about the products, it was about the money, which also gives you freedom of time, which is the thing I'm most interested in. But being a product of the product, they had some products that I had never tried before. So when I got in LiveGood, there was a specific product like the essential aminos that I'm drinking right here in this bottle this morning was something that I had never tried before. Like Ola said, I like to work out. I'm a fitness guy. I'm in my 50s and I'm a broken old contractor that has joint issues and back problems and knee problems and all those things. So I need anything I can get my hands on that's going to make my quality of life better is something I'm going to be excited about. So taking products that actually make a difference to me. And that's the neat thing about LiveGood is our product that we promote is our membership. The $9.95 membership that you pay every month, which is kind of a no-brainer for a guy like me, because I'm going to buy this stuff anyways. Why not buy it from myself? So the membership for $9.95 a month is mind-blowing to me. And being able to take advantage of the stuff that I would buy at a health food store or Amazon or anything like that for better pricing is huge. So I got in LiveGood. I wanted to try a specific product. And by doing that, how does that relate to being successful in this industry? Well, when you use your products, you can talk about them. You know, if it's something like essential aminos that makes a difference for a person like me, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to have success in this industry because being a product of the product means I have personal testimony of what makes a difference. You know, and so it started with that. And I started diving into the background of LiveGood and what it meant. So I started watching, get on YouTube, look at LiveGood's YouTube page and go back and listen to some of those calls that Ryan and Lisa do about products. And by doing that, I learned about magnesium. I have never taken magnesium in my life. It maybe was in a supplement that I took at some point in time, you know, in the course of my lifetime, but specifically targeting magnesium. Well, I'm like, okay, I learned some stuff about magnesium from Ryan and Lisa that I wanted to try it. So I ordered some magnesium. And the first time I took it, I slept all night long. It made a huge difference for a guy like me whose brain just doesn't ever shut off. To have the ability to be able to sleep and rest and wake up more energetic the next day was huge in my life. So taking products is big, you know, and by doing that, it gave me another thing to talk about. So when you have success with those specific type of products, you get what we call credibility, you know, because you have a testimony. When you have credibility, that's something you can use to share with other people that you know that might be struggling with the same thing you're struggling with. You know, like this morning, I'm at the point now, like Ola said, we've been blessed enough to have enough people that joined our team to where we've hit the gold rank. But products are something I always talk about. I walk around, you know, in the construction industry wearing this shirt, you know, or a LiveGood hat or something like that. And people want to know what it is that I'm talking about, you know, or I'll wear one of our energy patches now that we got those things out. Those are pretty awesome. Like people are like, what's that on your arm, you know? And that gives you credibility. You're using those products and you're having success in those products, even though our product is the membership, $9.95 a month. It gives you something to talk about with other people, which makes you relatable. And when you're relatable, people want to know what you know. And so you can use that to build your business with people, you know, your sphere of influence, or even on social media. I'm not a big social media guy. I would rather talk to somebody, look them in the eyeballs and tell them what we got going on because it's more relatable. But having success gives you credibility. When you have credibility, like the simple thing of going bronze and LiveGood, everybody knows two people. You know, you can get two people in this industry pretty quick. I've had somebody do that in 40 minutes on our team, you know, and so that's pretty amazing that somebody can do that. And when you do that, that also gives you credibility because you have belief. Belief is what you need to be able to share this awesome, amazing opportunity with LiveGood that we have. And you can use that to share that information with other people and help other people do the same thing that you've enrolled, like those 2 people that you enrolled to go bronze. You can help them do the same thing. So when you have success and you create credibility, and it gives you the ability to share with other people, what that does is that makes you a leader. And when you have leadership, you know, that's huge in this industry, because leadership is, people can trust you. People know you have skills that you can actually help them. But being a product of the product, or our products are so affordable that I just laugh. Honestly, I have to laugh with most people because they want to compare what they have in their deal compared to what we have in our deal. And I'm just like, I can't pay $70 for what you got, man. It's like, I can get the same thing for $18 here. Like, why? In what world is that okay? You know, I just, it's not okay. And so I'm not going to debate it. I'm just going to laugh. You know, I wish you well, but I'm just going to laugh. So having success with products, order the products. They're affordable. They're awesome. Build your own story based on what the products can do for you, like they've done for me, a broken contractor from Southern Oregon. You know, if anybody that like me can do this thing, anybody can succeed in it. That's for sure. So order some products. Our product is the $9.95 membership, but the products that LiveGood has are game changing for your life. You know, if you check those out and you build your story based on that, you're going to have success. And when you have success, because of that, you can share it. And when you can share it, you can teach other people how to do the same thing, and you'll have leadership and you'll have credibility in this industry. So that's what I wanted to talk about. Be a product of the product, create your own story, have some success with what you use personally, and share that with people you know and impact their lives. It's that simple. LiveGood's an amazing opportunity. I'm super blessed to be part of this growing company, and I just can't wait to see what this future has for us all in this industry over the next 10 years or so.
So awesome, Mike. Thank you so much. And you're right. The products are amazing. Like you, Mike and I bonded and have continued to solidify our friendship here at LiveGood now, because yeah, you know, we both were not real product people. We're here for the money. I like to say, you know, I'd have sold golf balls if somebody taught me how to make money at it. And I've never held a golf club or played a round of golf in my life. So yes, I am here for the money as a single mom. Time is obviously, I shared my story, and that's why I stepped away from a full-time radio career as a single mom, because kids spell love T-I-M-E, do they not? And as the only person in his life, I wanted to be able to give as much of myself to him as I possibly could. But I also needed, as a single parent, to be able to support us. And so I really stepped into this industry because of what I was told was, you know, available here. And I went through 2 companies and did not find that to be true there. However, I find it to be incredibly true here. Part of this, of what we're trying to communicate to you as a team here today on this training call, is that this opportunity truly is for the little guy. We have all seen, from whatever company you came from, you have seen the leaders come over, get the flyouts, get the, you know, the bridge loans and what have you. And we have absolutely obliterated that here. This is an opportunity for everybody to win at, and we're all just so happy and proud, as I know all of you are, to be a part of it. Mike talked about he really loves that belly to belly as a single mom, very busy with a kid with autism. Social media is my friend. This is where I meet people out of necessity. So, you know, you can do this however it works and fits in your life. But you guys didn't come here to hear from me. I have got to introduce you to 2 people who I feel so supremely blessed to have been brought together. God, in all of his infinite wisdom, saw fit to introduce them into my life in this in this season. And I just couldn't be more grateful were it not for them and what they saw in me. I wouldn't be developing into the leader, and really by extension, and perhaps much more importantly, the human that I am today. They are so much more than mentors in this space. They are incredible friends. And I'm not going to tell you too much of their story, because really your story matters is the crux of what they'd like to talk to you guys about today. And so I want to leave their story to them. But as I said, if you're just jumping on this call, maybe you missed it. Josh and Brittany Cross have been in this industry for a number of years, but they have been at LiveGood here now since March. And in that time, I want to say it was less than 3 months, they have ranked up to the level of platinum here. They have personally enrolled 174 people, blessing lives all over the world with the LiveGood opportunity. It has them current. I just checked to make sure, as I said, I have to check at least every day because they'd be moving up the leaderboard like George and Wheezy, as I said. Number 23 on the LiveGood leaderboard. And I couldn't ask for better mentors or better friends. So I'd like to turn things over right now and introduce you guys to my wonderful friends, Joshua and Brittany Cross.
Oh my goodness, Ola. You are about to make us get emotional.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for hosting. You are incredible. We knew you would be the best to be able to engage with people.
So we're excited, and hopefully, thank you, Mike. Thank you, Ola. You guys did such a good job setting up the call really for the training that we're ultimately about to do. I know we kind of cued you guys in on it, so you had an idea, but everybody on the call, I really want you to understand that you guys all now know who Ola is. You all now know who Mike is. Why? Because they shared their story with you, right? And so that's the topic of our training today. If you're not picking up on that, I hope you are now. The topic of Brittany and my training today, and we're going to transition to the process as well, but the most important tool that you possibly have in this space, the most important tool is your story. And here's why. You can't just be throwing out links on Facebook and expecting people to follow you, or telling people, hey, I got this great opportunity. And if they don't know why you do what you do, right? People are going to follow people that they trust, right? And so if you're not putting, and how we develop trust is by sharing our story with people. That doesn't mean everybody's going to relate to our story, but people are going to trust us way more when they feel that they know us. And how do they know us? Is when they know our story. So to share our story with you, Joshua Cross, Brittany Cross, we've been in the industry now. January will actually be 9 years that we've been in the network marketing industry. I was a police officer when we got started in this industry. I had become a cop when I was 23 years old. It's actually what I went to college for. I got out of foster care. I grew up in foster care, got out of foster care, went to college thinking I want to make a difference. I don't want to be a statistic. And so I pursued law enforcement, became a cop at 23. Brittany followed me into that crazy line of work and became a 911 dispatcher. And for us, that was our life for the next 7 years. We got 3 kids, and we never saw each other. I worked second shift. She worked midnights. And we were just, honestly, we were just roommates, really, and barely even that, because we weren't even at home at the same time most of the time. So when I was home, she was asleep during the day and the kids were at school. So that was our life for so long. And we got to 30 years old and we were looking at our life thinking like, this is not what we want. And life had taken such a major toll on us that we were allowing each other to blame each other for all our problems. And that was taking a toll on our marriage, caused a lot of struggles, all the way to the point that we were most likely going to get a divorce and just really struggling. So I won't go into the depths of all that, but in January of 2015, I made a post on Facebook that I was looking for a way to earn an extra income. And a guy, and here's why I say your story matters, because a guy, look, I was a skeptical police officer. but a guy who was a police officer. I didn't know him well, but I knew him enough. He was another cop about an hour away from me, and I knew him well enough to kind of know who he was. I didn't have to know all the ins and outs of his life, but I trusted him enough because I kind of knew who he was, right? I kind of knew his story. And so he said, hey man, check out what I do. It's in the nutrition space. And I earned about $6,000 my first year with little time commitment. So that's why we got started in this space. He did me the best thing ever. He called me on the phone and connected me with someone who was successful in this space. He didn't just throw a link at me. He connected me with someone to teach, train, and mentor me. And I said, you know what? I want this. And so we got started in this space, not for where we are, or what we've been able to achieve over 9 years. We got started in this space because I heard $500 a month. And if I could make $500 a month selling vitamins out of the trunk of my car, that's what I was willing to do, right? And so we got started. Our first month in this space, we earned $130. And I remember thinking, man, that is hope. And I was working my tail off. Our second month in the space, we earned $500. And we ultimately went on to do pretty well. Was able to bring my wife home from 911 dispatching. I shortly after came home. And then after about 4.5 years in the company that we were in, after about 4.5 years in the company we were in, they decided to restructure their compensation plan. And when they did that, it rocked our world because we had gotten to the point where we were living a life of mostly freedom, just doing what we do. And so that sent us into, when they did that, we lost 95% of our income. And that sent us into a limbo phase and caused us to really ask, do we want to do this? Are we going to continue in this industry? Are we going to continue doing this network marketing thing? And so that we were in limbo for about 2 years, got started with another company in 21, and we saw it from the perspective of a leader. And Lola said that we were going to talk about, he was going to hear about the little guy. And I just told you I'm a former foster kid turned police officer from Southern Illinois. And so we saw that company from the perspective of a leader, and we were like, oh man, this will be great. But we failed to see it from the perspective of the little guy. And so we spent about 2 years in that company. And then we just started to see like the little guy was not winning. The little guy was not winning. And so it really just started to irk us. And so finally, we decided after talking to a friend of mine who is actually friends with Ben Glinsky, after talking to him, they have known each other. I trusted, again, story matters, right? My friend Justin, Ben actually just talked about Justin Clark the other day, and I know Tim knows Justin as well. My friend Justin, who I knew his story, I knew who he was, I trusted him because of that, told me about what's going on here. And so finally, we decided to give this thing a go. And in the beginning, I'll tell you, we kind of tiptoed and questioned, are we going to do this? And then as we're in Centralia, Illinois, I saw that in the chat, as we started to see people, for example, my buddy Clint, he's a hillbilly from Southern Illinois. He lives in Blueford, Illinois. He's not a network marketer. He was the first person I shared with. And as he had success, he shared with like his sisters and his nephew, just a few people, and he had some success. And I started to think, man, if Clint can do this, then anybody can. And it really started to fill our cup. And so what I want to share with you today is that's what turned a fire on in us. And so when people sometimes people will look at us and they'll say, well, why, like you're at number 23 or whatever on the leaderboard, you've personally sponsored 174 people. Why? What's why or how have you done it? And I'll talk about the process here in a second, and I'll explain the process. I'm going to give the secret to you guys. But the why we've done that is because when we looked at LiveGood, we didn't look at LiveGood with the mindset of, I'm going to sign up and I'm going to wait for spillover. And I sure hope I get spillover one day. We didn't look at LiveGood that way. We looked at LiveGood as, We didn't look at LiveGood as I'm going to sign up and hopefully I find a couple people who will do this. No. Hopefully I find a leader who will run. No. We look at LiveGood as we're going to create spillover. So when my people ask me about spillover, I say, you hang in here long enough with me. You hang in here long enough with me. Because guess what? Because I'm going to create spillover. I'm going to build this. And I want them to come with me. I want them to run with me. And of course, it'll grow faster for them if they will work it. Obviously, that's a no-brainer. But I'm not mad at people who aren't working it. If they're just, they just want to sit there and have a membership, as long as you ain't complaining with me, you hang in here with me long enough and I'm going to create spillover. So that's what's driving me in LiveGood, not, ooh, who can I find to get to build this? Or, ooh, I sure hope I get spillover. What's driving me into action in LiveGood is because I have people who have for years trusted in me, and put their faith in me and believed in me. And I am not going to let them down. My kids are in this company. I'm going to create spillover for them. People who I absolutely love, Ola, Mike, people who I absolutely love, I genuinely care about. These aren't random strangers to me. These are people who have trusted in me. And if they've trusted in me, you can bet your bottom dollar I'm going to run through walls to build this thing. And I hope that as you're looking at LiveGood, you're not looking at LiveGood and saying, man, I sure hope I get spillover. If you're on this call on a Saturday, I sure hope, I'm guessing you're not a spillover waiter, right? You're probably a spillover creator. And I hope that as you're looking at LiveGood, you're thinking, you know what? If I got anybody that's trusting in me, I have to build this for them. I owe it to build this for them. I'm running through walls to build this for them. And I don't care what nobody thinks. We're flexing on these overpriced products. We're flexing on them. These other companies that are selling patches for $70, we got them for 15. I'm proudly flexing on them for what we have here because of the bigger mission is people can finally believe in something. People who have, my buddy Clint, like I said, he is a hillbilly from Southern Illinois. Like he is not a network marketer, right? But he finally has something he can believe in. And I owe it to him to build this. I owe it to my daughter, Reagan. I owe it to my son, Jaron. I owe it to my son, Alec, and to build this. And yes, I want them to build this too. But if they don't, I'm not mad at them. That's okay. I'm going to build it. And so I tell you to, number one, make sure people, your story matters. Well, the leaders here have just spoke about their story very intentionally because to let you know, you need to be sharing your story with people. You can't just be expecting, I'm going to throw a link out on Facebook, right? You need to, if you're using social media and the people need to be able to go to your social media and get a good understanding of who you are, right? And if you're going to build some trust. And then as you're running with LiveGood and building LiveGood, you got to have the mindset of, look, I'm building this. I hope that they're coming with me. I want them to come with me. But if they don't, hang on long enough because I'm going to do it. I'm sold out. I'm sold out. We're going one direction. We're taking a lot of people with us. So with that, before I transition into the exact process, because I'm going to give you guys the exact, like you're going to get step by step exactly what we do. Before I transition into that, what you got about that, Mama?
I was just going to say that just make sure you're sharing your story because people are going to connect to you. So I know a lot of people just throw their links out there, and I post. I promise, if you're following me, I post my link on my stories and on our social media platforms, all of those things. But those people, even if a random person connects and goes to that enrollment link and enrolls with us, we still connect with them and they still know our story afterwards. Because if they don't know who they're aligned with, they're gonna quit. Right? That's why our retention rate is so high, because they know who we are and they know we have their back, regardless of what they came here for, whether that's just a membership so they can get good products, or if that's they want to be just wait for the spillover, or they want to run with us. They know who we are and they feel connected. And so you need to connect with people, and then your retention rate. So if you're losing people, connect more with people, right? Let them know who you are. Let them know why you're doing this, because more than likely they have a story too, and they can resonate somehow with your story. Even if it's different, they have a why. And if you share your why, then they're going to feel more connected to you.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Awesome. So your story matters. Just know that. Share your
And your
story.
story doesn't have to be elaborate like Josh and I. Mine and Josh's story is an elaborate story. I promise in the beginning, 8 years ago, we did not share the in-depth details of everything that we've gone through. But you do have to share with people why you're doing this and what LiveGood means to you. Even if it's just products, like Mike said, like what the products do for you is a very strong way to stand up for yourself, and people will follow that.
Yep. So just to give you a guideline, if you are saying, how do I structure my story? Where you were, what you saw, what you did, where you're going, so that. Where are you going and why? Tell people you're so that. Look, I'm going to be making an extra, this time next year, I'm going to be making an extra $1,000 a month so that I can pay for my truck payment, to remove a little bit of financial strain from my four walls. So with that, I'm going to quickly share our exact process, because our process is so incredibly simple that we do, that I can quickly share with you guys exactly what we do verbatim. So number one, first and foremost, when you get started here, you have to make a list. You have to make a list. You just have to make a list. The truth is, if you don't have a list, you don't have a business. That's the reality. You always have to be, you always are working from a list. Okay. And you can't just be posting and praying. You have to work from a list. You have to create a list. And it may start out with 20 people, right? From your phone and Facebook or whatever, but you have to have a list. And as you create that list, you're going to be reaching out to people. And look, I'll tell you, when we first got started with LiveGood, we didn't post on our Facebook wall that we were with LiveGood. I know some people will say blast it all over your Facebook wall. We didn't do that for the first probably 2 months or so that we were with LiveGood, because we were behind the scenes doing this work right here. We would reach out to people from our list. Now, mind you, we made a big list. We would reach out to people from our list, and we would say, hey, let's say Ola. Hey, Ola, Britt and I partnered with a new company in the nutrition space. Great products that are incredibly affordable. I'm talking less than Walmart or Amazon pricing. Was wondering if you were open to taking 5 minutes to check out a video that will give you a brief overview of what we're doing. Look, we use the word open instead of interested, because you're going to elicit a yes response before if you use the word open, because most people don't want to say no, because then they're saying they're closed, right? Because people don't want to say, oh no, I'm closed. And so very intentionally, that verbiage, I use that verbiage very intentionally, but that's all I did. Every single person. Well, what is it? It does not matter what they ask. No matter what they would say, I simply say, I respond to them with the following, no matter what they say, whether they say, what is it? What are you doing? And the only way I don't respond with this is if they say no, they shoot me down. If they shoot me down, I just say, okay, thumbs up, move on. The next thing I say is, no matter what they say, is check out the 5-minute video at this link and do the reserve your spot thing. It's free, and it will allow you to look at all the products, ingredients, prices, and check out the pay plan in detail. Plus, you'll be able to see how it's growing and how the done-for-you system works. It's incredible. After you submit your name and email address, the company will send you an email with a link to join now. That link will take you to a mini back office so that you can check out all the things. After I get the email notification that you reserved your spot, we can dive into questions that you will most likely have. And I send them my tour link along with that. So I say those things I don't just throw my tour link at people. I tell them, look, you got to get pre-enrolled. I want them pre-enrolled because the company is doing follow-up for me. I want them pre-enrolled because the company is doing follow-up for me. And if they're pre-enrolled, I don't have to do a whole bunch of follow-up. They're getting follow-up emails, right? And so I also give them value as to why they should pre-enroll. I tell them it's free, and I tell them, look, you can check out products, ingredients, prices, the pay plan, all the things at that little mini back office, right? And so the recording will be out there, so you can you can just type what I said for those that are asking for that. Oh, it looks like somebody just said, oh, I need that. Anyway, sorry, don't distract me. I'll get my ADD going on here, people. So with that, that's what I say to people. If they ask me a question, here's the catch, guys. Here's where I think some people that we've trained this on mess up, because the people will be like, well, what's the ingredients? After I get the notification that you reserved your spot, we can dive into questions. Then they'll say, well, how much can you get paid? After I get the notification that you reserved your spot, then we can dive into questions. Well, how long you been doing this? After I get the notification that you reserved your spot, then we can dive into questions. If I don't have a notification in my email that they have reserved a spot with me, we're not talking. I don't have time to do that. I'm a spillover creator, and I'm building this for those who have trusted in me. I don't have time to be going back and forth with people who are like, well, is there these micronutrients? Nah, I ain't doing all that. I ain't doing that. I am not spending time back and forth with people who are asking me silly questions that ain't even reserved a spot with me. That is such a good way to save yourself a ton of time by vetting those who are actually interested. If they're not, you didn't ask them for their firstborn child. You asked for their name and email address. Their name and email address. So if they're not willing to give you their name and email address, maybe it's because they don't trust you. Maybe we need to go back to the story, right? Maybe it's because they don't know who you are, because they don't know your story, and there hasn't been enough trust built. Or maybe they're just not that close a friend anyway, so move on to the next. Right. So that's the reality. I'm not answering questions. You're not getting questions answered from me if you haven't pre-enrolled. Now, once you pre-enroll, if you haven't seen it, if you don't use it, as soon as I get the notification that somebody pre-enrolls, my next step is I add them to the LiveGood products testimonials group, because I want something about LiveGood showing up in their Facebook feed. I want that showing up in their Facebook feed. And so I add them to the product testimonial group. And then I also send them, again, the why matters, right? I also send them the video of Ben. There's a video out there of Ben, it's on YouTube, of Ben talking in the car that we're changing this. Ben's, I hope everybody's seen it. Anybody that I personally enrolled has seen it. I send them that because I want them to know the why behind LiveGood. And I say, hey, I got the notification that you pre-enrolled. I've added you to the LiveGood testimonials page, and I also want to send you this so you know the why. It's like a little 3 or 5 minute video on YouTube. Ben and Nodder are talking in their car about the why behind LiveGood, right? Because I want people to know why. I want them to see more than just they're selling products. Not only do they need to know my why, but they need to know the why behind this company and what we're doing here. So from there, so I tell you that to say the process is I spend about maybe an hour to 2 hours after the Friday morning kickoff call. Now, mind you, if you don't know, there's a Friday morning kickoff call. It's streamed live on YouTube every Friday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. Immediately after that call, I got all the updates, all the things. I'm always excited after that call. I spend about an hour, maybe 2 hours doing some reach outs, right? I do the same on Saturday after this call. I spend about an hour, maybe 2 hours doing some reach outs. And then sometimes on Sundays, I'll do a little bit. From there, on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, what I do is I will just kind of casually, if I see an opportunity, I will. I'm just not intentional about it. But what happens is a lot of those people, I usually do about 100 reach outs to people on between Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then a lot of those people are getting back to me on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And so many of them are pre-enrolling. So I'm responding to them because they pre-enrolled, right? And so then when they do that, I'm utilizing it just kind of as they get back to me or whatever, I'll have those conversations. But then on Thursday, I am very intentional. Thursday morning, every single person that has pre-enrolled with me, I'm going to reach out to them and even though they got an email from the company, I'm letting them know that there's the cutoff call is Thursday night at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. Thursday morning, I'm reaching out to every single person who's pre-enrolled with me that week. And I say, hey, just wanted to check, that hasn't already become a member. Hey, just wanted to check in with you, see if you had any questions because you pre-enrolled with me. See if you've had any time to do some digging. The cutoff is tonight to get placed into the matrix. There's a cutoff call at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. Here's the link, and I send them the link to the live stream, right? And so, with that being said, that process is and then I rinse and repeat starting on Friday throughout the week. Also, keep in mind, there's the Monday product call for those individuals. If after someone's pre-enrolled with you, they got questions about collagen. Okay, here's a link. And I send them the link from the YouTube channel under videos to collagen. Look, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I actually don't answer hardly any questions. 95% of the time, I'm just sending people if they are pre-enrolled with me, I'm actually not even answering the questions. I'm just telling them where they can find the answer to the question, because I don't spend time answering a bunch of questions, right? I'm telling them where they can find. I'm not gonna. I'll get distracted. Sorry. So that's the process. From there, what that has produced, I'll just give you very transparent numbers because I'm a numbers person. I appreciate knowing raw, real numbers. And I'm going to actually log into my back office and tell you guys exactly what that has produced. So if you go to my referrals tab, there have been 299 people that have pre-enrolled with us. 299 people have pre-enrolled with us. Then if you go to my team tab, out of that, 174 people have become members / affiliates. So if you take 174 divided by 299, that's a 58.19% conversion rate. That's incredible. That's incredible, right? And so then out of that 174, Brittany talked about retention. 168 of them have stuck, right? So 168 divided by 174 is a 96.5% retention rate, right? And so that's our process. That's it, guys. There's no secret beyond that. That's what we do. There's nothing else that we do other than share our story, and that process right there. So with that, what do you got in reference to that? I hope I gave it to all to them.
I think that you did great. I think number one, I think just so many people just do too much busy work. That, like Josh said, refer people to the YouTube channel. Don't answer questions if they're not pre-enrolled with you. You guys are spending, a lot of people just spend too much time doing stuff that's unproductive and is not getting you where you want to go. And so don't do those things. Do productive activities. And then also, as far as making your list and reaching out to people, if you're on social media, like Mike said, he's not huge on social media. He does do a great job. If you do follow him, he actually is good on social media, but I know he does a lot of face-to-face type things. But if, as far as social media goes, people need to see that you are doing LiveGood. And so when you're reaching out to people, you've sent them your link, even if they haven't pre-enrolled with you, maybe they have that sitting there. If you're on social media and you're doing things, it's going to trigger them back to that link, right? We've had tons of people that don't pre-enroll with us, and we've had that conversation, asked them to watch the video, we send it to them, they don't pre-enroll, and then 2 or 3 weeks later, after we posted something like the energy patches when they came out, we had multiple people, as soon as we posted on social media that those were out, how much we were loving them, they went back and pre-enrolled with us. And then we had that opportunity to reach out to them. And what they were doing is they were waiting on something that triggered in their head that they wanted. So it's about their timing too, not always about your timing.
Yeah. Like Britt said, for our first couple of months, we didn't post on our social media. We were doing the behind the scenes work of building that. That way, when we started promoting on our social media, now our social media acts as a follow-up. Now it's not all LiveGood stuff. We also put our life stuff out there. So they, again, building our story, our trust, all those things. But then also our social media now acts as a follow-up. But for the first couple months, we were doing the behind the scenes work that nobody else wants to do for some reason. A lot of people just want to post and pray, right? There's a difference. Remember, prospecting is the behind the scenes work. Marketing is what you're doing out there on social media. And a lot of people just want to do marketing and they want to do no prospecting. Some people do prospecting and they don't want to put it out there. But then the problem with that is you don't, those people that you talk to, they don't have nothing to watch afterwards, right? So, all right, anything else? I think that this, I hope that this training has been absolute fire, giving you guys some absolute value. But before we end this call, I'm excited. Look, guys, there's something that I believe to be a good leader, you have to be a good follower. I believe to be a good leader, you have to be a good follower. And as I have gotten to know Mr. Tim Miller, I am proud of what he stands for. I am proud. I think of all the people in Scripture, that have been through the fire and just kept persevering and just fought through. And so when I think about Mr. Tim Miller, that's what I think about. And so as I follow Tim and we are building this together, it's I'm proud to get to follow him. I'm proud to be in this battle together. I'm proud to be in this movement with him. So with that, I highly respect Mr. Tim Miller. And to close out the call, I'm going to pass it over to him just because I always want to hear from him. Tim, will you take us away?
Hey, Josh, can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Hey, good to see you guys this morning. Amazing training. Thank you so much for hopping on here. And, it just goes to tell everybody, we're just doing things totally different over here. I tell everybody a real quick story that Josh and Britt are not in my organization. Let me repeat that. Josh and Britt are not in my organization. We have a friend by the name of Justin that actually referred him. He's good friends with myself and Ben, and referred him to Ben, and they connected. So I don't want you guys thinking that, well, I'll just tell you this. We have this thing in this company called One Team, One Dream. And we don't just say it. A lot of companies say it, but I've always had an issue in this industry. To give you my story real quick, for you guys that don't know me, I've been in network marketing 30 years. And I'm very careful how I tell people that, because there are a lot of people on the internet that are faking it, okay? It doesn't impress me when somebody says they've been in the industry 15 years, 20 years. Who cares? Have you made any money in it? What company were you with when you rose to the top? What's the highest rank you've ever made? My story is I've been in the industry 30 years full-time, meaning I don't know what a coworker even looks like. Guys, I've made a full-time income in this company. I was fortunate enough to have been in the company with Ben for over 8 years, made about $4.5 million. That's why I can tell you, you're in the right place at the right time with the absolute best owner you could possibly have. This guy literally believes in the little guy. And you've heard that over and over today. Ben Glency wants to see the little guy win. That's why he gets more excited each week when we introduce new bronzes to this company, because bronze is where it's at. Get to, and we always teach, get to, help to, and repeat that process until you go diamond. That's the system, guys. You get to, you help to, they want to be helped because we can't push rope, but you just keep it moving, guys. And if you do that and realize that you are part of something more than just network marketing, you guys are part of a movement. You really have to understand that. I mean, the numbers that we're putting up are insane. There's nothing out here that comes close to what we're doing with this opportunity. There's nothing. Guys, I was looking at the numbers yesterday, and you heard Josh mention it, of getting on the Thursday calls. So we produced almost 5,000. Listen, it's 5,000, almost 5,000 bronzes just last week alone. We are crushing it, guys. We're bringing in upwards of 23 to 25,000 people a week in this company. We're putting in upwards of over 100,000 1,000 new members a month. Since we launched this company on December the 23rd of last year, in 8 months, we have brought in over 600,000 distributors, headed to 1 million distributors this year. That's why, you know, and we know what's happening, especially on the internet and in the culture that in the world that we're in. You're going to get hit up with a lot of deals. You have to learn to laugh, guys. You have to just keep it moving, because I know once you understand the mission, I get hit up with stuff every single day. Everybody wants to recruit me because people know me from the industry that I can bring a lot of people to the table. I could go to any company. I could go out there and get a deal. I could get money. I could get a hookup. I could get placed above legs. And most people don't even know that stuff is going on in this industry. And we're putting a stop to it. But guys, when I tell you that we have something that is just totally exploding, you just want to understand our mission. We're the only company in the history of this industry with this membership model. No company is doing that. We have no forced auto ships. That is huge. You buy what you want, when you want, because you want it, not because you have to maintain rank, to maintain a title, or to maintain your check. This company also allows each and every one of us to be independent contractors. I mean, where does it come that you sign up with a network marketing company, but they own you? When they own you, when you read the small print, you realize that some of these companies, literally, you cannot promote another opportunity for a year after you leave it, or they'll come after you. That's insane. That's insane. That's wrong. When I'm an independent contractor, I want to get a 1099 at the end of the year. I'm not going to get a W-4 or whatever they call that thing when you have a job. So where is it in this industry that it's turned into with greedy egos? And I tell you something funny. All these network marketing companies will beg Josh, Desiree, who I'm about to introduce, myself, people like us, they'll beg us to come to their companies. They'll wine and dine us. They'll fly us in, roll out the red carpets. And here's what these clowns want you to do. They want you to go out there and bring everybody over from your previous company. Now, hold on a minute. Hold on. Stay with me, guys. You want me to join your company, bring over my entire organization from LiveGood, and you're going to love me and award me and praise me. You're going to parade me across the stage. Everybody in the audience is flat broke on an auto ship they can't afford. They just spent $200 to come to this crazy convention. You know, you're going out to the restaurants, they're ordering water with a twist of lime, talking about they're not hungry. No, it's because you don't have any money. They're staying 6 deep in a hotel room to be at that convention. They just got ripped off paying $200, $250 for that convention. The company's making money. That gig is up, guys. I want you to really understand what's going on here. But here it is. You want me. You're going to parade me across stage and give me awards and Tim Miller's a car winner and all of this nonsense. Not even though 90% of people in the audience, they can't afford to be there. They don't realize that Tim Miller guy just brought over a whole organization from LiveGood. And they love me, right? Until I look at something else. Until I go on Facebook and I post another opportunity. Then all of a sudden, I'm the bad guy. And then all of a sudden, you want to terminate me. When I go log into my back office, you've cut me off. And you accuse me of this stupid thing called cross-recruitment. What do you mean? I'm grown. I'm an independent contractor. If your pay plan is so good, why would you care what I'm doing? Why would you be concerned? And see, I still to this day, and I know Josh can vouch for this and Rick can vouch for this, to this day, we're out here fighting this war with people in these other companies that are too afraid to look at anything else when they're not even making $2 a month. And they're paying $80, $100 a month for a bottle of some magical topic Neutropia product from the underlying currents of Alaska. Who cares? Come on, guys. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. The nonsense has to stop, and we're going to change this industry one tour taker at a time. If anybody has a problem with it, they better just sit their butts down and get out the way. Because I know this company, when I was living in a homeless shelter back on October of the 28th of last year, when I was living in a homeless shelter with nothing but the clothes on my back in a wheelchair, and all I had was a community center opened up every morning. I could get on a computer for 3 hours. That's all I had, nothing. No friends, no followers, no connections. And I went out here and I believed in the mission of this company. And then a month later, I moved down with my sister in Virginia. And I was able to get a free government phone. And with that phone, I was able to hop on the internet and go on Facebook. And back on December what was it? December the 13th, being turned on the system. He said, Tim, we're going to launch this power line marketing system. Tim, we're going to put in this 2x12 to 15 level matrix, but we're going to put in matching generational. Hold on, Ben. What? What do you mean? Matching. Every person you share this opportunity with, you're going to match them 50% forever. And you can earn up to 5 generations of matching on everybody's organization that you bring in. Hold on a minute. Whoa, hold on a minute. You think I'm going to look at some 25 cents per person for some spillover? Are you insane? When you're going to pay me 50% match on everybody I shoot this thing to? And I went crazy. And I went out there and I posted. I didn't listen to all these gurus, these knuckleheads telling me your algorithms. I didn't. Look, I'm posting. Take the free tour. Don't ask me no questions. Take the free tour. And Josh, man, he gave y'all some training this morning. Let me give you some. If you're taking notes, write this down. The less you say, the more you make. Period. The less you say, the more you make. Some of you guys have to learn to close your mouth. You're talking too much. Your only job is to get people to take the free tour. Until they take the free tour, don't answer any questions. Don't try to explain the product. Don't try to explain the compensation plan. No, all you do is say, go take the free tour. And when I receive that email notification that you've taken the free tour, I can answer your questions. And I still don't answer their questions. Because once they take the free tour, everything's right there. Everything, product, everything's in the back office. Tim, how many grams of this is in in our protein shake? Okay. How many grams of sugar were in that Snickers bar you ate last night? You didn't question that, did you? Why not just grab you some products, try it. It comes with a 30-day empty bottle, no questions asked, money back guarantee. And once you get that product in your body, if you don't like it, just send the bottle back and get your money back. And we're all good. There you go. But here's what you do. Plug into the Saturday morning training. You got questions about that product? Get on the Monday call with Lisa Goodkin and Dr. Ryan Goodman, who's our product developer. He can answer that stuff better than me. But you know what? I just put the tour, take a free tour, take a free tour. That's it. What can this company do for you? October the 23rd of last year, I was living in a homeless shelter. Today, I'm bringing in over $100,000 a month in residual income, not fast start income, not the $25 per sign up, not the money I make 10 levels deep by helping an organization grow. I'm talking clear, almost $100,000 hits my bank account every single month without I get out of bed. And we've only been running since December the 13th. So you guys have to understand the mission where you are sitting right now. See, when you understand the mission of this company, you'll laugh when stuff comes across your desk. You'll laugh when people are in the groups and they say people are taking my people out. You don't care. You just keep it moving because you understand the mission. Let me give you one more and I'm gonna be done. I want to introduce somebody to you guys. But I want to share some with you. I believe in timing and I believe in trends. You see, I'm not in this for the money. See, I'm on the other side of the money. I don't have to do this. I don't have to do trainings on Saturday mornings. I don't have to promote my link. And you guys, if you follow me, you know I'm crazy. I post 24 hours a day. I rarely sleep. Why? I just get them free tours because I'm not done yet. I'm just getting started because I understand the mission. See, here's what you guys have to understand. You have to understand it's not about you, but I want you to really understand this. Let's talk facts. Let's talk facts. I posted this a little earlier. I want to talk facts to you guys so you know this. Everybody's not going to admit this to you. Everybody looks happy out here, right? Here's what you better know. Right now, in the United States alone, credit card debt just toppled $1 trillion. People are out here leveraged on these credit cards. They are hurting. Are they going to run around with a sign saying, hey, I'm in credit card debt? No, they're going to say that, but we know it. Guys, that's timing. That's timing. There's a market out here of people that want to earn what? Some additional income. We already know that. Check this out. The COVID relief bill that got rid of people's student loans for the last couple of years, do you know next month, everybody with the student loans is going to have to start repaying those student loans again, where they haven't had a payment for the last 3-4 years because of COVID? Guess what? That's another $200, $300, $400 a month bill coming in the families' households all across this country. You talk about timing? You talk about timing? When for a free tour link, they can take a free tour, getting this thing for $49. And over the next month, 2 months, 3 months, just by them following those steps, and we can show them how to do it. We have the solution. They'll make enough money to cover that new bill they're going to get anyways. Guys, do you realize the interest rates are high? The housing market is crazy right now. Nobody's buying houses right now. People are hurting out here. You don't really have to ask people, are you looking to earn some additional? Everybody's looking to earn some additional income. See, when I went back to, it's not about you, it's about them. And if we understand what's going on and understand our mission and what we're doing, where people can join this company affordably, Des talks about it all the time when she trains, there has to be ease of entry. Do you know luxury brands right now are the stock are dying? Louis Vuitton, Coach, Prada. Why? Because the consumers are waking up. And they're not looking for luxury anymore. They're looking for value. Hello, LiveGood. Hello, LiveGood. Do you know the first thing when people's bills start coming in and ranking up, when the kids are back to school, the first thing they're going to get rid of, they cut their budget? Autoships. Autoships. Here's the reason that most people quit a network marketing company in their first 2.8 months. There's a reason for it. What is it? They get a bill in the mail and they see that Visa statement and it has the company's name and it shows that $84.95 they just spent. And in their cupboard are 5-6 bottles or whatever of that product they've been buying every month they don't need. They get a box in the mail every month from UPS that reminds them, oh crap, I need to cancel this. Oh crap, I need to cancel this. Not here in LiveGood, because we don't have to buy any products. You buy it if you want it. We can't even keep product in stock. Think about that for a minute. But see, when you understand that mission, then once you understand what I'm sharing with you guys, you got to understand you are in front of the wave. You are in front of the wave. It is better to be in front of the wave than it is on the back end of a tsunami. And the tsunami is coming. I just told you we're going to put 1 million people in this company this year. You guys are in front of the wave. And all you have to do is focus and listen to what we're teaching you. Plug into these trainings. Get immersed in it. Become a believer. Become die hard. And know what you have your hands on. Get yourself personally developed and believe again. It's okay to dream again. It's okay to want more for you and your family. It's okay to want time freedom and to have time for your kids. It's not okay to be out here struggling. It's not okay to be out here in debt. It's not okay to be out here getting ripped off by these network marketing companies and taking advantage of people. It's not okay with all these Ponzi schemes floating around here. Where people literally think they can just get on the internet, throw some money in this thing, and they're going to get 10%, 20% a day, daily interest, compounding. When every one of them scams go out of business as fast as they start, enough is enough, and it has to stop, and LiveGood is going to change it. And it's going to take each and every one of us together as a company to not only monitor each other, but go out here and build this damn thing. Excuse my French. I'm going there this morning. It's time for us to go build something big. It's time for us to stop making excuses. It's time for people to say, stop waiting on spill and go out here and create spillover and get in front of this thing. And get in front of this thing. The big top earners in this company haven't even come yet because they're scared to death. But guess what? I'm going to tell you another secret and I'm done. Network marketing companies are crashing right now, especially in the nutrition space. Don't be fooled by these people. A lot of these companies are publicly traded. Go look up New Skin. Go look up Herbalife. Go look up Amway. They're down 20%. Amazon has knocked out 30% of the nutritional network marketing companies. Why? Value. value. And people are paying them a $14.95 a month membership to do what? Get free shipping? Do people buy from Amazon every month that have a membership? No. Matter of fact, people with a Netflix, they watch a movie once a month? No. I have a Paramount membership right now. I've had for 6 months. I haven't watched that channel one time, but I paid them $9.99 a month. And I just got a notice yesterday it's going up $1. Guys, I want you to really understand this thing this morning. I want you guys to know what you have your hands on. I want you guys to not only to follow this step right here, write this down, and I promise you I'm done, because I can go. GPS, that's the formula. You have to follow and understand GPS. Now you think about GPS, that's a system that takes you, you know what GPS is. It's a guiding system. It takes you from point A to point Z, the quickest route. And what we follow is something called GPS. Same thing. If you want to go to Diamond, you want to follow GPS. Now, you can do it your way. You can do it a different way. You can come up with your own formula. You can go out here and buy traffic. You can go out here and buy all these marketing systems. You can listen to these knuckleheads on the internet. They're telling you that you need this, you need that. Our team is booming because of this and all that nonsense. Or you can just, God, let me tell you something. I built this entire company, literally, on Facebook for free. No tools, no systems, no leads. Just sharing a link. Just sharing a link. But it's because of my posture. People believe in me. You heard Josh talking about, I tell my story. And I never tell my story about being homeless. Because I don't ever want that story floating around out there, or I built this thing on some sad story. No. I keep it real, I keep it positive, and I keep it moving. But GPS, guys, here we go. Get in. Now, what do I mean by get in? Are you in LiveGood? Are you in LiveGood? I don't mean, see, people think they can just go out there and take a spot in these companies and they're going to make money and they're in it. It's like a lot of these knuckleheads I talk about. I've been in network marketing. No, you signed up in these companies. Did you have any? No, because you weren't in it. You just took a spot. You don't make money in network marketing taking spots. That's insane. That's the nonsense be on the internet. Get in early, get in at the top. Now, none of that matters. I could go join Amway and I would make some money. Now, I wouldn't do it because everybody's heard about Amway and they're huge and everybody's been in it or been near it. But that's not the point. The point is you got to get in, meaning you got to be in, all in. You got to be in LiveGood, and LiveGood has to be in you, right? Then you got to plug in. You got to plug in. When you bring somebody in this company, you have to be responsible. You have to be responsible. What I mean by being responsible, I don't mean push them. You can't push rope. And some of y'all spend too much time with the wrong people. When they want it bad enough, they just want to get some product, wait on spillover, let them, fine. Because your focus is on what? Getting more free tours and creating spillover. And they'll come along. I've had so many people, they get some spillover and all of a sudden they're ready to go to work. Or they get some product and all of a sudden they're marketing product. Let the system work. You can't push rope. You can't push rope. Okay? Because some of you guys think, oh, I'm going to get my 2 people and you go sign up your daughter and your son. Well, I got my 2 of my bronze. No. Are you going to help those 2 get 2? Because you're only hurting yourself and the organization if you're doing that. Now, I just put my daughter in. It's a whole nother story, but I'm building it, and we're building it. We didn't just take a spot to create spillover, because that wouldn't be too fair to the 9 people she fell under in the matrix. It wouldn't be fair to anyone taking money out the pay plan, just sitting there waiting on spill. Okay, so you got to plug in. And what do I mean by plugging in? Guys, what do you do when you sign somebody up, when they join the business? Are you plugging them into your chat? Are you plugging them in with your uplines, Josh? And I'm sure they have a group, or Courtney Looper, they have a group. And I've got probably 15 chat groups. Corporate has groups. Are you plugging them in? You heard Josh say it. He puts everybody in the product testimonial group. Why? Because it keeps it in their face every day and he doesn't have to do the work. But if you're not plugging people in, I mean, it blows my mind. When I will post on Saturday or Friday, about this training call, and people hit me up. What's the link? What's the link? I'm like, you aren't plugged in because I've already posted it in the groups in the chat. And the first thing I ask them is, are you plugged in? Are you in the group? No. No, and it's always from the same organizations for some reason. They aren't plugged in. And then what do I have to do? Take my time and get them plugged in. Because I want everybody to see the training calls. I want everybody to see everything that's going on. You know, some of those emails that come from corporate, they're delayed because we're over 600,000 emails going out. That's why that happens, by the way. But you should know. Remember I said, get in? You'll know if you're in LiveGood. You'll know that there is a Monday product testimonial call every Monday. If you didn't know that or know where to go find that, you aren't in LiveGood yet. I'm just being honest. You aren't in LiveGood. You have a spot, but you aren't in LiveGood. You don't know we have a product testimonial Zoom every week. See, you aren't all the way in LiveGood unless you know every Thursday night at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Ben Galinsky, Nodder are going to be on that Thursday deadline call. And you know the link is in your back office under meetings. It's right there. And if you aren't sending that to people or your free tour takers, you aren't in. That's all I'm saying. You aren't in. If you don't know that we meet, see, even after this training right now today, now you should know that we do this training every Saturday on this same link. You shouldn't have to ask me for a link, Josh for a link, Desiree for a link, Courtney for a link. In the groups, what's the link? Because we do this every Saturday on this same link every week, and we bring the best of the best. And see, everybody, after we get off of here, here's what they're going to do. Was the training recorded? I couldn't get on. Listen, we have people on this Zoom right now in Ghana. We have people on this Zoom, this training right now at 2 o'clock a.m. in Australia. We have a young lady that hosts this call that's over in Hawaii. It's early in the morning. Guys, no excuses. No excuses. I'm not big on recordings. Nothing's like live. Nothing's like hearing my beastie voice right now. Okay? They can wait on the recording. Just be on the call next week. There you go. But it's not about you. How many of your team members do you wish, instead of trying to wait on a link to send them to listen to a recording, how many of you wish right now that your team members were on this Zoom? Hello? How many of them? And how many of them that had team members that you wish their team were on this Zoom? And then ask yourself, did I invite them to the Zoom this morning? Did I share this with them? See, that's being plugged in. And here's the last one. Stay in. You got to stay in here for the long haul. Even if you go out there and work another opportunity, even if you want to go out there, and I see all this stuff. I'm not going to bash companies and say that. Some of this stuff is so silly to me. It's not even fun. I mean, I'm watching people literally spend 3-4 weeks launching a company that already know what's going to happen. I've been doing this long enough. I know how people, and it's sad to watch, but I don't mess with them. I don't go bashing them and beating up on them and calling them out and saying what they're doing is stupid and they're an idiot. And no, I just keep it moving. I just launched my daughter last Monday. She has over 85 people on her team. Our goal is to get her I want to get her positioned to gold by tomorrow night. I'm going to get it done. So all that other stuff doesn't matter. So leave people alone. Let people do what they do, okay? They aren't going to quit LiveGood. They're getting product. They're paying them $9.95 a month, and they ain't crazy enough to leave the matrix. I mean, woo, I feel sorry for people that are in this company and never leave it. But you got to stay in. You got to say, okay, I'm going to stay in LiveGood, and I'm going to give it a year. Even if it's just paying the $9.95 a month. Never, ever don't pay that $9.95 in a month, because you will be removed from the matrix on the first. But you got to stay in. So GPS, get in, plug in, stay in. Now, I'm so excited to introduce this young lady to you. You got to hear from her. You're talking about my do or die. This is my best friend. And I called her up when I first got started. All I did was, look, go to this site, Des, and just sign up. That's how we roll. She has my credit cards. You know, we talk every day, all night. And, you know, a true friend. And She ran with this thing, and I mean, I was almost in tears. I mean, like when you see your friends win, it hits a little different. When you see your friends that trusted you enough that you were able to just call them up and say, "Give me, you go to this site and sign up," and they don't even have a clue what they're signing up in. They just trust you. And I watched this young lady, and man, she hit platinum the other night. Now, I don't know if you guys know that's big. That's big. I mean, we have platinums in this company making over $10,000 a month. And just to watch her organization grow and the things that are happening in her life and watching her win. I mean, we were in a company before where she was awarded listen to this one. She was awarded a check at a convention. They gave her a big old cardboard check for a lot of money. After that convention, the owner told her, "You know that check I gave you? I'm not going to be able to pay you that check. So how about I just piece it off to you month by month?" This young lady also with that company earned the car award, where they were supposed to pay her car payment every month. Do you know they stopped paying it? Do you know they stopped paying it? And she don't want me to tell a story, but I'm telling you how bad this industry has gotten and why we're going to fix it and why you got to get passionate about this. I watched that young lady get terminated from that company. Why? Because of a picture I posted of me and her on a cruise. Now, I won't want you guys to hear me. She's in a network marketing company that I left. Okay? They've done all of this crazy stuff, which I just told you about. And then to terminate her position in that company because the owner got pissed off because she was a friend of mine. Took away an income, whether it was $100 a month, $1,000 a month, $10,000 a month, doesn't matter. That's how these companies roll. Ben doesn't roll like that. Ben's gonna make sure you get paid on time, every time. And we don't have gatekeepers here that are monitoring you and watching your social media and seeing what other companies you're working. This is different. This is a different company. This is a different mission. And we're about to hit something called momentum. That's where you're going to start seeing this thing compound and you won't be able to control it. That's why I say you guys are in front of the wave and not going to be on the back end of the tsunami, because when the tsunami is about to hit, which I call momentum, you guys are all in front of it. Question is, how many matches are you going to get? How much spillover are you going to create? The opportunity is yours. But I have to bring this young lady up, my best friend. We are so proud of you. She hates recognition, and she's probably gonna get mad at me for all that stuff I just said about her. And she didn't even want me posting a picture of her hitting platinum. I said, whatever, I'm gonna do it anyways. And we're just so proud of her. And we'll let her wrap it up, close it out. And we always open the call up at the end. If any of you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, we're here to help you, support you. Let's go out here and have another huge week. All of you are absolutely amazing. And we're just getting started. But I've got to go to Atlanta, Georgia right now to my dear friend, our newest platinum, Desiree Ingram. Are you on?
All right, I'm here. Guys, listen, guys, I lost my voice. I'm trying to drink tea. I lost my voice. I think this business, you just got to do, I be talking to my team. I'm talking. And I'm just trying to get my voice back. So if y'all have secrets to getting your voice back, somebody please give it to me, because I'm drinking tea. I got lemon. I just want my voice back. So I've been losing it. But thank you guys. And I do want to say, I don't like I like to be behind the scenes for the most part to help as many people as possible. I want to say thank you to Josh and Britt, Ola, for hosting the call. You did a phenomenal job. Mike, your great story. We really appreciate you. I do hope that you guys are coming back. We love hearing from different people. And that's another beautiful thing that I love about LiveGood. We have so many walks of life from different people all around the world that can bring so much to us. We know all of this stuff because we've been in network marketing. Most of us have been in it. I've been in it since I've been 19 years old. So I've been down the road, bought the t-shirt. I understand all about network marketing. But you know what? When you listen to other leaders that bring it to you, and they're going to bring it to you in the way that they know how to bring it. And even though you might know some of this stuff, but when you hear it from their perspective and their walk of life, that's when you might be, you know, some of your team members that probably are not on this call probably needed to hear from these particular people, because that's when they get the aha moment. And like he said, if you are not in LiveGood and you're not plugging in, see, this is when you might get some of this information from other leaders. And yes, I do know that recordings are so important that we love to have them, but we can't always depend on technology. Something might go wrong and the recording may not come out. And if you didn't take notes like I did, I mean, I got a book full. I opened up, this is a new book, and this is all Josh, Brett, Mike, y'all, your voices didn't go in vain, because I am a note taker. And they always say, note takers are money makers. And one of the things that I know, listen, I see some people on the call, sometimes they just be sitting there, but guys, you got to write. When you use your senses and you write, it automatically gets embedded here. Well, for me anyway. And I'm able to, kind of pull back and spit it back out to some of my team members. So some of the things that I can say that we learned today, we learned about with Josh and Britton, just to recap real quick, and then we're going to close this call out because we got work to do. We can't sit here and just keep being fat and full off of all this information and don't go out and apply it. We got to apply it. I see people do this when they go to church. They go to church, they get fat, full, they get inspired, they want to run around the block. The problem is, okay, are you applying what you learned? That's the key. So we got to learn and appreciate and really apply what we learn. So we talked about leadership. They talked about credibility. Mike talked about being that product guy. You know what I mean? Using the product that gives you conversation. You know, a lot of times people don't know what to say. Believe me, if you use them products, you are so right, because you're going to be so full from those products. And when Lisa and Ryan go over that product called Testimony, I've learned so much just about collagen. Before collagen even came out, I did my research on collagen. I didn't even know, I thought I knew some things about collagen. I didn't know half the stuff that I thought I knew. I didn't know, like, and for older people that, hey, you know how like they fall? This, that Aproflex, I might be saying the word wrong, but look up the ingredients. But that helps with the strengthening of their muscles. So that will help prevent them maybe from falling. Guys, let's be proactive. Let's learn what we have. That's a conversation. Your products is a conversation by itself. So like Mike said, be the product of the product. Have the belief, bring that. When you start getting credibility, matter of fact, then the credibility will bring what? Leadership, because people want to now look to you and you're now leading them. So again, leadership automatically will come, but you got to learn how to what? Follow before you can lead. You got to plug in, be a good person that's coachable, trainable, teachable. My mentor told me that years ago. You have to learn how to, if you can be coachable, teachable, and follow a simple system, you will always have success in this industry. So I can say, I can name a bunch of companies that I've been in, starting way back in Amway. Okay. And I'm going to tell you, I've had success in Amway, Mary Kay. Anything I've touched, I usually go to the top and I'll earn the car, I'll earn whatever they offering, because I don't believe in leaving money on the table. So guys, get out here and listen to all these different leaders that are saying what they're saying, but definitely go out and apply what you're learning. Now I'm going to give you five words. Oh, wait, before I do that, I want to tell you, what's the name talked about, I gave you, talked about the, Mike was talking about the product, leadership, credibility. Then if you heard from Ola, she told her story. And then you heard from Brittany and Josh, they told their story, which was incredible, by the way. But when you hear all these different stories, and I come from a police background, my father's a retired police officer. My sister's the chief of police up in Philadelphia. She actually took my father's badge out of retirement, so I can relate to the police world. I have FBI agents in my family. So yes, hats off to all the police officers. We know you guys do a phenomenal job out there. And then also they talked about prospecting. You have to prospect, guys, behind the scenes, but you got to do the marketing out on Facebook, social media. Some of us say, I'm not on Facebook. I'm not on it. I don't like, guess what? You got to start changing, getting uncomfortable. Get out there on Facebook. I'm a person that don't like doing videos, but guess what? It's my uncomfortable spot. I got to learn how to get out there and do it. I'm old school, so I love the fact that Brittany and Josh said the magic words, because there's some, new technology out here and everybody's hiding behind it. Then you might hear some of these other influencers out there saying, oh, I know your sponsor's telling you to make that list, that dreaded list. I don't care what they say. Old school is still the way. You are not going to get rid of the list. You have to make a list. If you don't have a guide or map to follow, those people on that list is so important, because guess what? You need to know, okay, did I talk to Sally? Because your brain is not going to remember Sally next week. It's not going to remember, oh, what did Brittany say? Or it's not going to, so you have to create a list, and all those people on social media that are liking your post and they're not in LiveGood, man, you better be writing their names down, because they are looking at your post and they're following you, and you won't remember them next week. So I usually tell those people who like my post, first thing I do is when I see people liking my post or commenting, first thing I do is I go to their wall, because I want to know who they are, first of all, if they're in LiveGood. And sometimes some people are in LiveGood, but you won't know that they're in LiveGood because they're not displaying that they're in LiveGood. So now I might inbox them and messenger them and say, hey, thanks so much. Let me pick on somebody. Thanks so much, Ola. Thank you so much for always liking, commenting, and supporting my posts. And I start building that connection. And then the next question I'm going to ask them, hey, I just want to ask you a quick question. Are you in LiveGood? And then I'm looking for them to say no. But a lot of them say, yeah, I'm in LiveGood. And I'm like, but I didn't know they were in LiveGood. You know why? Because they don't have it on their wall. But this is the key thing that I'm trying to say, is that you want to talk to those people who are liking and responding, and definitely always thank them people for liking and commenting and post, just supporting your posts. And then they talked about marketing. Again, the marketing, you have to go out and tell your story on your wall somewhere so that people will be able to trust you. They can connect with you and have that, to be able to relate to you somehow. And guess what? If you meet some other people that are police officers, that are teachers, and that are the people that come from different backgrounds, from all these different stories, you'll know how to connect them with those particular people and say, hey, I got some good friends, Josh and Mike, and make all of these are your friends now, because we're all in LiveGood. We are one team, one dream. So yes, Josh and Britt, you guys are my good friends now. I know they are police officers. My sister is the chief of police. She's in this business, but do she literally do the business? No, she does the business on the strength that her sister's in the business. Again, she fell into what I call the BLT list, the people that believe in me, like me, and trust me. So that's why I know everybody can go out and get your two. Everybody can be a bronze, because you have people that like you, believe in you, and trust you. If they don't, you might want to assess, what am I doing to people? Because somebody likes you, somebody trusts you, but you got to allow them to, unless you burnt them. So I can't help you on that aspect. We got to help you build up that credibility somehow. Okay. And then now I'm going to leave you with this, and we're going to go ahead and leave on this Saturday morning and go to work. Like Josh said, when he gets off this call, he goes to work and spends another hour going to work. Okay. So I'm going to leave you with this, the 5 words. When people ask you, what is it that you do? This is what you do. This is 5 words. I help people save money. Okay? That's 5 words there. Now, I'm going to give you another set of 5 words. I help people earn money. I don't say make money, because in real estate, they taught you, you can't make money, you have to earn the money. Okay, so I help people earn the money. Okay, so write those 5 words. So when people ask you, what do? You don't have to think about like what you do. This is what you do. I help people save money, you could even say, you could take people out, and you can even use families. I help families earn money. I help families save money. And why? Do people go to Costco? They go to Costco to save money. Okay, so you don't work for Costco, you work for LiveGood. And because you work for LiveGood, which is you working for yourself, this is what you do. You help people save money. And how do you do that? I can get you set up with a membership, and then you have access to all of these great products that Mike talked about. Okay, and we have access to all these great products, and you can go in there and take a look. And guess what? You don't have to explain all the products. You don't have to do any of that. Josh and Britt told us what to do. Just point. And then I love the script. Guys, you got to provide them with the script. I did try to write down a little bit, and I can try to recap a little bit what I wrote, because I was trying to write as fast as I can. So for those who were in that chat, distracting Josh, he had stated that, oh God, I don't even know where he's at. Let me see. Check out the, okay. Hey, what is it? Hey, Ola. Wait a minute. No. Britt and I. Oh, hey, Ola. And hey, Ola. How you doing? Britt and I have partnered up with a company in the nutritional space. Just wondering if you would be open. Open is the key word. Wondering if you would be open to taking a look at something. Okay. Now I might not have quoted it directly, but again, that's the idea of what they were just saying, just opening up something. And then their response was, no matter what they said, again, no matter what they said, they didn't spit up on those people with what we got going on. They just said, check out the 5-minute video. Okay. Don't forget though, fill out the form that they have to reserve the free spot. Okay. Don't forget, because that's important. A lot of people will push that video, and I mean, it happens to me. I'm sure it's happening to a lot of you guys, and people will look at that video, and you can go check this on your statistics, because people are looking at your video, but they may not be filling out that form. And when they don't fill out the form, guess what? You will not see them in your back office under your where it says the referrals. Okay, because I spend a lot of time back there in my back office just looking at all my pre-enrollees, because again, we want to invite those pre-enrollees. We want to connect with them. We want to send them out an email. Hey, don't just depend on the company. We want to let them know, hey, this is what, thanking them for connecting with you. But then again, when Thursday comes, be intentional, like Josh said, and invite them out to the Thursday cutoff meeting, because you want them to hear from Ben Galinsky. Okay, he does a great job every Thursday closing out those guests. Okay, again, that's all I have, and I just want to again say thanks to Brittany, Josh. We want to hear from you again, Ola and Mike. You guys rock. That's all I can say. So with that, we're gonna close this call out. You guys are great. All the guys who came out this Saturday morning as well. You guys got in, plugged in, stayed in. That's the key. Make sure your teams are on these calls. You do not want them to miss, because you cannot transfer what these guys have given us today. All right. Everybody have an awesome and wonderful Saturday.